get out of the house tonight. Get on over to Muscatine High School, the biggest fundraising event of the year for the Muscatine Muskie Booster Club. They need your help. This Booster Club supports 70 different organizations throughout the school, and your kids or your grandkids or your nieces and nephews, or heck, it could be the neighbor kid across the street. They need your help. Come on out here. Buy a cake. Come out and support the kids. Have some fun. Cake and ice cream in the cafeteria. All these great volunteers are out here. And on top of that, we got basketball. We got great basketball. We got the Muskie Girls tipping it off first against the Davenport West Falcons. And then we're going to auction off a whole bunch of cakes. And then the boys come out, and they're going to play afterwards. And at halftime of both games, we'll have some nice cakes rolling through the gymnasium, and fantastic sponsors throughout this wonderful community of ours will bid on those and make their donations to Muscatine High School. So we're excited about it. We're going to talk a little bit about the game now, folks. It's Muscatine Muskies, who played much better basketball since the holiday break. 6-12 on the year, 6-9 on the MAC. And Davenport West, really a struggling program, but they have shown improvement. And I give these kids a ton of credit for sticking with it. 0-19 on the year, 0-16.
That really capitalized on that. I know that some of the girls all got together at the Y and kind of ran their own practice because they just needed to keep things moving and keep the machine moving forward. And that really is the influence of a great coaching staff, Coach Orvis and her assistant Scott Morrell, and Coach Hansen and Coach Nitzel, you know, part of these staffs. It's going to be a fun basketball game, and I think the big thing is this night brings out the best in a basketball team, both visitor and home, because this is the most packed you'll see this building all year. Excuse me. And it has to do with this Booster Club cake auction, which I'm not sure the year that it started. I know that I always remember going. I was born in Muscatine in 1981, and I remember this was one of the games we would always come to. I remember coming to watch Brett Olson and Steve Wieskamp and Jennifer Knoll, one of Coach Orvis's college teammates.
Yeah, I remember as a small child going to see Olson and Wieskamp too. Those were glory days as a kid.
But
go ahead.
You come into these, the Chris Randlemans, Adam Means, Brandon Welshes of the world, Seligman, trying to remember her first name, Tennille Lloyd. Some of the great players that have come through both the boys and girls programs. It's one of the few nights where they're all celebrated together. Excuse me. I'll pass it back to you, Brian.
All righty. Joel getting himself all choked up over the cake auction tonight. I want to talk about the Muskies led in scoring. You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alicia Garcia, 11 points a game for the Muskies. Zoe Long, the other fine sophomore, 9 points a game. For Davenport West, they're led by Tavi Griffin-Blanks at 6 points a game. Brooke Hildebrandt and Caitlin Powell just under 5. First time these two teams met earlier in the season, it was all Muskies as they won 63-22, and that was on the first game after Christmas break back on January 4th. And we're about ready here for starting lineup sponsored by Great Clips tonight. And Joel, I'll give the starting lineups and give you a chance to catch your breath. Good luck, gentlemen, as the officials are stopping by. For Davenport West. Mr. Warnicki, how you doing?
Good to see you guys.
I'm a Hempstead grad.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go
So
Stars.
Hank Wernicke from, right?
Yeah.
Yep, you graduated Jeff Potts. 78.
So when you're doing a game with
Yeah.
Brian, he even knows the officials.
I was 82. I graduated Jay. Folks were live on the radio, but I saw a former Hempstead Mustang. Got to talk to him. Okay, we'll get to the starting lineups. Enjoy the ride. We got a long night of basketball. We got Tavi Griffin-Blanks at one guard, a 5'5 senior. She'll be joined in the backcourt by Caitlin Powell, a 5'10 freshman. Lauren Oostendorp, a 5'10 senior up front at a forward. Another freshman, Kylie DeVore, a 6'3 center. And Brooke Hildebrandt, a 5'4 guard. So an interesting mix, Joel. 3 seniors and 2 freshmen. They're coached by Pat Finn, assisted by Jonah Gamble, Jessica Muchka, Austin Thomas, and Ruby Mateos. For the Muskies tonight, starting lineup for the Muskies. In the backcourt, Zoe Long, 5'5 sophomore. She'll be joined by Emily Webking, a 5'6" junior, and Macy Rogers, a 5'9" senior. Up front for the Muskies, Kayla Schultz, a 6'1" senior, and Alicia Garcia, a 6-foot sophomore. So the Muskies, 2 sophomores, 2 seniors, and a junior. They're coached by Susan Arvis and assisted by Scott Morrell, and we're ready for basketball. Thanks, Great Clips, and I want to thank, of course, Affordable Metals for sponsoring our pregame show. CBI Bank and Trust, after the game, will be our player of the game sponsor all night long. All 3-pointers made are sponsored by First National Bank of Muscatine and Toyota of Muscatine, the great people out there. Sponsor our highlight video, and they're a social media sponsor. After the game, Buffalo Wild Wings will sponsor our defensive player of the game. Pete's Tap is our fine halftime sponsor, and the postgame show is, sponsored by Non-Emergency Transport.
Yeah,
you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I had this cold earlier in the week, and apparently I just got that coughing fit, which is perfect timing, when you're on the radio live. But we were just talking a little bit about the kick auction, and we'll talk more later. But this is a night that doesn't just support the athletics programs; it supports all of the programs. Whether you're in the K-pop club or the Dungeons and Dragons club, which they do have all sorts of different clubs.
The Pokemon
throughout.
Club.
They do, yeah. They have all sorts of different great clubs throughout this entire school. And a night like tonight helps fund some of those programs, not just your athletics and arts programs.
And now the starters being introduced here. And then after that, we'll go Mike Morgan, of course, fashionable as always tonight. He's got the deep purple shirt. He's got the striped purple and gold tie.
That's that.
And then I don't know if
it's Argyle. It's an Argyle.
Argyle?
Yes.
You're right. It is Argyle. I was going to go checkered, but we'll call it.
It's definitely Argyle.
The Argyle pants, and that's right out of the Chuck Van Heck collection from the mid-'80s. So,
or earlier.
I think there's a certain 80 closet where these guys just continue to pull the wardrobe out of, and Mike certainly has mastered that.
That sounds like it could be like a spot on the dark web for athletic activity directors to go get crazy clothes.
I don't know how much it would garner out on the street, but he looks good in it.
Pep band in the house tonight. So when we break this game down, both teams not high-scoring teams. Muscatine just averaging 39 points per game. West averaging a little bit over 23 points per game. When you're looking at this, I'm curious to see what Coach Orvis's game plan is. They're able to kind of run with Bettendorf, get up in the 50s the other night. Do you try to push the tempo, or do you just see take what the defense is giving you offensively?
I think we'll see. We're going to have the national anthem, folks, so we're going to – Joel, are you singing it?
No, we've got a barbershop quartet. Solid Harmony is going to be
Solid Harmony with our national anthem. Fantastic rendition of the national anthem by Heartland Harmony. Joel, Have you ever thought about getting a group together like that? You'd be fantastic.
There's always talk, but maybe later on in my life. That's I'm a little busy with 3 kids and coaching teams myself.
And this gig and everything else.
Well, the thing is that group was actually led by former KWQC or KWPC newsman Charles Potter, who was singing bass there for that group. And Mr. Jones, who was a high school choir director at Muscatine for many years and the grandfather of Marley Jones and that group, Kendi, the many athletes and artists who have come through this school. So lots of connections all the way from the anthem all the way to the basketball court.
Tonight's tip-off sponsored by Westside Store and Godfather's Pizza. And it'll be the freshman Kylie DeVore, 6'3" for Davenport West, jumping against Kayla Schultz. West in the road red uniforms, white numbers and black trim, the Muskies and the home whites. Purple numbers and Vegas gold trim. And we're just about...
I think people are just happy to be able to be outside right now.
Nice crowd early as there usually is. You're right. I mean, it reached a balmy 10, I think, today out there, but the sun was out.
It has been, can you remember a 2.5, 3 week span like this?
No, and I've seen a lot of winners, Joel.
A few more than me.
And there's a tap controlled by West, and Powell has it. In the backcourt for Blanks. Blanks out front. Swings on the right for Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt now looks inside for DeVore. Hildebrandt with a deep 3, right wing, back iron, no good. Ball tapped around and recovered by West. Oostendrop has it. And now it's a swing it to Powell. Powell picks her dribble up, feeds DeVore in the post. She almost travels back to Hildebrandt. Muskies open up in man. Blanks now as West is content, just toss around the perimeter. And if they do this, look for the Muskies to extend and really come out and guard. Throw it into DeVore, and it's stolen away by Rogers, and here come the Muskies.
Good post defense there from Schultz.
Macy in the front court for Zoe Long, back to Rogers. We've played a minute. Webking swings at Garcia, 3 left wing, back iron, no good. Rebound Blanks, and here come the Falcons. In the front court now. Tavi Griffin Blanks. Over for Powell. Powell dribbles to her right. She's guarded by Zoe Long. Picks her dribble up. Swings it now to Blanks. Blanks crossover on Webking in the lane. Shot blocked by Schultz. And here come the Muskies. Rogers has it. And she pushes it into the front court. Now to Webking. Swings it to Garcia. Top of the key to Zoe Long. 3 left wing. Long, no good, and the rebound cleared by Oostendrop from West.
Some early adrenaline from the Muscatine's 2 leading scorers, Long and Garcia, both a little bit long, a little bit strong on their first shots.
I think Coach Orvis wants them to get to the rim here. Played almost 2 minutes, 2 shots, both threes, missed them both. Good shots, though. DeVore swings it to Blanks.
And West really wants to eat up clock. They try to take a lot of time before they get their offense going.
Trying to shorten the game. Powell. And it's a good strategy for them. Picks her dribble up at the elbow. Now she gets it to Blanks. Blanks over to Powell. Now in the corner for DeVore. DeVore loses it out of bounds. It'll be West ball. 5:44 to play in the first. No score. Game 1 of our double dip. And Instant Energy is checking into the Muskie lineup for Riley Moss.
Yeah, Riley, let's see if she can create maybe a turnover here defensively and get a run out.
Hildebrandt bounces a dribble out high left wing. As she goes baseline, feeds DeVore inside, stolen by Webking. And here come the Muskies. There's Long, right wing, out front for Garcia. Now it's back to Zoe Long. No score. We've played almost 3 minutes. They get it to, and there's a ball stolen by Blanks. They attempt to throw it to Garcia, stolen away. Here comes West. West competing hard here early, Joel.
There's been some lethargy kind of in this
I don't have a
offensive
dictionary, but I think I know what that means.
Sorry.
Hildebrandt dribbles. She bounces to the right. Good defense by Garcia. Behind the back dribble, feeds it to Powell. Back to Hildebrandt. She swings it over now for Powell. 4:50 to play, first quarter, no score. Powell now, and there's a offensive foul. on West.
What's it, an offensive
Or
foul?
Is it a turnover?
Yeah, I think they called a travel, maybe a carry?
Carry of the basketball. Turnover
Carry,
West.
okay.
Zoe Long now pounds a dribble over half court. Come on out, folks. Cake auction night. Get out here and support your local team.
There you go.
Muskie boys and girls. Garcia to the rim. Misses it. No good.
She missed it, but that was what she needs to do. Attack the rim. Just keep going at it.
Excellent drive. Devora, 6'3" freshman. She's got a bright future at West. There's Powell, left wing. Feeds it in the corner. Webking almost with another steal. Now they try to feed DeVore, and it's stolen away by Riley Moss. Moss down the floor for the Muskies. To the rim. No good rebound. Schultz up, no, and a foul.
Nothing lethargic about Riley Moss. She gets the ball and goes, and she created that opportunity for Schultz off the missed shot.
Schultz will go to the line to shoot two. The foul's on Caitlin Powell. Schultz on the season for the Muskies, just 25% from the stripe. So what's the opposite of lethargic?
Energetic?
Well, I want a better word than that.
Okay. Amplified?
I like it. I like it. Okay, first free throw no good by Schultz, and she'll have one more. Free throw on the way, back iron no good, missed a pair. Rebound Garcia, and the ball stolen away on the floor by West. And now we've got a foul, and it's going to go on Alicia Garcia. That'll be her first and the first foul on the Muskies.
And that is one of the big factors there, is Garcia cannot get into foul trouble tonight. That's one of the only ways really to derail her this evening is if she gets caught into some foul trouble.
Tavi Griffin blanks, walks the ball up for West, now gets it to Powell. We've played 4 minutes and there's no score. There's a ball stolen by Webking. Down the floor, Emily lays it up. No good, and the rebound, Powell.
Good job by Ustendorp there for West to get back and challenge that shot on the breakout by Webking.
Powell guarded by Moss. Good defense by Riley Moss. She dives, but she's out of bounds. That's that amplified effort Joel's been talking about. I may use that.
Hey, take it. We're a team. I don't think I created the word. So
Tavi Griffin blanks. No, you didn't. And there's great defense by Long. Blanks, so breaks it, gets it to DeVore, lays it up and in. And West scores first. They're on top 2-zip.
That was 5 minutes in, first bucket of the game.
Zoe Long over half court. Muskies aren't too far away from Susan Orvis taking a timeout here and resetting the attitudes here a little bit of the mindset. Schultz with an offensive rebound on a long miss. There's Webking. Dribbles in, kicks it to Schultz, back to Long, deep three by Zoe. Good, Zoe
big
Long.
Bucket there. Now they go into their full court press.
3-2 Muskies, and that three sponsored by the great people at First National Bank of Muscatine. Go see Teresa Shopper at First National Bank, Muscatine. Caitlin Powell into the trap, picks her dribble up, over and back as she steps on the half-court line. Turnover West.
That's that trap. So that made bucket creates the opportunity for Muscatine to run that trap, to run that press, and create another turnover.
2:46 to play first quarter, 3-2 Muskies. Riley Moss on the left wing. Feeds a post to Garcia in the paint. Shot blocked by DeVore and cleared. Good play by the freshman, but a good take by Garcia.
DeVore, a large 6'3" frame, long arms, a real challenge there.
Powell on the left wing picks her dribble up for Hildebrandt. Now they get it to Blanks. She's guarded tightly by Moss. Goes in the lane, and there's
what a steal.
Steal by Riley Moss. Webking now over half court for the Muskies. Emily picks her dribble up. There's Long for three. Good! Zoe Long.
She is heating up.
Her second three, another three. Sponsored by First National Bank. Wayne Johansson and Ron Monahan at First National Bank. There's Powell with a shot. Rattles, no good rebound. DeVore. No, it's cleared now by Rogers.
Good box
and here
out.
come the Muskies.
Great box out there from Macy Rogers, giving up about 6 inches on DeVore.
Webking to Moss. Corner for Long. Three ball coming. Good.
And she is officially on fire. 3 for 3.
9-2. Zoe Long, First National Bank. Sharon Hahn and Alicia Nur.
Trying to shoot the Falcons out of that 1-3-1 zone.
Powell, there's a shot baseline, rattles, no good. by Oostendrop. Rebound up and in by Powell. 9-4 Muskies, 1:10 left here in the first. Long with 3 threes. She leads the Muskies with 9, and that's all the Muskies scoring. Moss swings it for Garcia. She drives in on the zone, lays it up, no good, and a foul. Late whistle.
Again, good, strong take. Right now, that's the offense Muscatine wants to live with. Drive to the hoop with Garcia being aggressive, and then you've got Long just hunting on the outside, and she is hot right now.
So on Caitlin Powell, that's her second and the second on West. Maddie Peterson set to check in for the Muskies. Free throw by Garcia is good. Alicia, 78% on the year. Jess Kalupa is checked into the lineup for West. 5'8" junior. So it's Kalupa, Blanks, Oostendrop, Hildebrandt, and DeVore for West. The Muskies have Long, Webking, Rogers. Garcia checks out for Peterson and Moss.
Harper Cycling and Fitness bringing you Muskie basketball all season long.
11-4 Muskies, 54 seconds left in the first. Powell out front. She feeds baseline now for Oostendrop. Back out front now for Kalupa. Now Blanks. Blanks, Oostendrop. Now on the left wing for Powell. Powell with 2 fouls here in the first. Picks her dribble up. They feed DeVore on the block. She gets it back out. And the West really struggling in their half court. They had almost their whole team above the foul line there. There's Blanks with a step back. Good. Nice shot by Tavi Griffin Blanks. And it's 11-6 Muskies. There's Rogers. She looks at a 3. Now she drives into the lane. Good, Macy Rogers. And 13-6.
The senior getting her old form back there. Great move.
And we've played 1 quarter after 1. It's the Muskies 13. Davenport West 6. We're stepping away for 60. You're listening to Muskie Girls Basketball on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Bank is proud to sponsor the On the Money program at Muscatine High School. When the volleyball, swim, basketball, and baseball teams score big, they earn money for the Muskie Boosters. Since 1997, their hard work has earned over $55,000 in donations from First National Bank. We are also proud to sponsor the Muskie Football Red Zone. Can't make it to the game? Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Tune into AM 860 or FM 95.1 to hear the games broadcast live. Go Muskies. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bank and Trust is pleased to be a voice of Muscatine Sports Booster and proud to be the corporate sponsor of the Muskie Mania program. Since 1995, it has resulted in donations totaling over $100,000 from the bank to the school. The money is used to pay for special non-budgeted needs. Watch the total grow on the CBI's Facebook page. And go Muskies. Aim high, bank strong. CBI Bank and Trust. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
We are back at Muscatine High School. 1 quarter in the books, 13-6 Muskies. Zoe Long leads the charge with 9 points, 3 for 5 from behind the arc. Long swings it to Webking. Now they feed it inside Garcia. Nice up and under. Good.
Good finish.
15-6 Muskies, their biggest lead.
It's fun watching that sophomore just develop those post moves.
Right wing now. There's a shot on the way long by Kalupa and cleared by Moss. There's a 3 by Webking. Short, no good. Rebound cleared by Powell. 7:20 to play in the half. 15-6 Muskies on top. Powell dribbles to her left. Down the lane. Runner on the way. Good. Nice drive. Caitlin Powell. Actually, they swing it over Rogers. That was actually DeVore, folks. Sorry about it. Rogers with a 3. Airball no good. 15-8. Muskies lead by 7. 6:56 left here in the first half. So Blanks is on the floor along with Kalupa. Number 22 is checked in, Nevaeh Thomas. And also Oostendrop at number 51 now, Paige Townley is checked into the lineup for the Falcons.
Avery Eagles in for the Muskies, extended on defense.
There's Thomas blocked, and there's a good block by Garcia. So the Muskies have Garcia, Eagle, Rogers, Long, and Moss. Now there's a sub for West. Brooke Hildebrandt is checked into the lineup, replacing Lauren Oostendrop. Hildebrandt will inbounds. She gets it in out front for Thomas. Thomas drives the lane, runner, no, and a foul. It's going to go on Avery Eagle.
Avery with an aggressive play, trying to get a shot block there. And just got a little too much forearm.
Avery's first and the second on the Muskies. Each team with 2 team fouls. Thomas will go to the free throw line.
And just remember, folks, as we go to the cake auction here at halftime, you'll hear interviews. We'll be interviewing folks. But you can go online to voiceofmuscatine.com or on Facebook. And we will be live streaming the cake auction. So you can see these wonderful cakes from home or wherever you might be listening to the game.
15-9 as Thomas makes 1 of 2. Rogers out front. Now they get in the corner for Long. Now back to Macy Rogers. Eagle on the right wing. Good ball movement by the Muskies. Eagle looks at a 3, right wing, short. Air ball, no good rebound. Cleared by Thomas. West hanging around here. 15-9 Muskies. There's a drive by Thomas. Gets her own rebound, throws it up, no good rebound, Long, and here come the Muskies.
And what Muscatine is, they need to maybe not fall so much in love with the three-point shot and really try to work it down to the post.
Deep 3, Long, back iron, no good. Rebound, Macy Rogers.
With the exception of Long, because she is 3 for 4 right now from the arc.
That was Wieskamp range, but let's say from last night, that was Bohannon range.
Yeah. How about Megan
Rogers.
Gustafson going for 41 for the Hawkeye women?
What a player. There's a shot, another 3 by Eagle, no good, and a rebound cleared by West.
A player who's always pretty familiar with. Her aunt is an assistant basketball coach for the Hawkeye women.
Griffin blanks in the front court, gets it to Thomas. Thomas drives in on Eagle, kicks it over now Kalupa. Kalupa looks inside for Townley, and now she throws it to her. She drives in. She's in the lane a long time, and it's stolen away by Moss. Riley Moss to the rim, blocked from behind.
Good block shot
by Blanks. Good hustle by Tavi Blanks.
Well, you mentioned that in the pregame. Like both of these teams we've seen good effort from all of these teams. And Coach Orvis is calling the 30-second timeout here.
30-second timeout, Muskies. 5:13 to play in the half. The Muskies lead 15-9.
But you see a lot of teams when they're 0-19, a steal like that, breakout like that, they just watch the layup go through the rim. That girl hustles back, gets a clean block, gives her team another chance to create a turnover and get down and score.
I agree with that. Joel mentioned just a minute ago, at a halftime of this game, Coach John Wyndham, the Muscatine boys varsity head coach, will join us at the half. In between games, we'll have Coach Susan Orvis and Scott Maka come on to talk about the Muskie wrestling program, and Joel will interview those guys. And at halftime of the boys game, we will have Muscatine Athletic Director Mike Morgan joining us to talk about Muscatine High School in general and the wonderful support the cake auction and the Booster Club does for the school.
And his pants.
And his, and he can comment on those. There's Blanks down the floor to the rim, shot on the way good. And it's 15-11 Muskies.
A little cold spell here for the Muskies. We're not just talking about outside.
Long in the front court. 4:50 to play in the half. 15-11 Muskies. Zoe Long leads with 9. There's Rogers, right wing for Webking. Webking to Garcia, now back to Rogers. She drives the lane. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound tapped and cleared by Riley Moss. That amplified effort really coming through.
Riley does so many of those little things that there's no drill to perfect. There's nothing tactile. There's nothing fine motor skill related. It's just get there as fast as you can, as hard as you can, and hope good things happen once you get there, and they usually do for her.
Kalupa with a foul. That's the third team foul on West. Muskies inbounds. There's Long in the corner. Out high now for Webking. Back to Emily now. She swings it to Rogers. West in that 2-3 zone. Rogers swings it over to Webking. Now to Moss. Moss doesn't really look to shoot. There's Garcia. Nice up and under. Lays it up and in. 17-11. West wanted to travel.
Yeah, Coach Finn.
Not so sure it wasn't Joel, but we'll take it. 4 minutes left here in the half. 17-11 Muskies. Caitlin Powell. Backdoor cut now for Thomas. Thomas drives into the paint on Moss. Shot up. No good. Rebound, Riley Moss. To Webking, and here come the Muskies. Emily, hesitation dribble to the rim. No good. Rebound. Good hustle by Webking to save it. Moss runs it down. Over to Garcia. Garcia, 17-footer. Good.
Good scramble bucket there for the Muskies.
Garcia now with 8, and the Muskies go up 19-11, their biggest lead of 8.
She's playing some of her best basketball she's ever played these last few games.
Playing with confidence. And now West gets a timeout. 30-second timeout. 3:21 left in the first half. Muscatine 19, Davenport West 11.
And we're hearing, you see that as this game develops, I mean, there's a hunger there from this West team. They see that they're down 8 here with 3:21 to go in the first half. They're seeing this opportunity to get into a game and get that first W of the year. There's a big hunger. I remember coaching a freshman baseball team where we were 0-16, and we went into the 6th inning, we were close. So it's like when you feel that palpability, you can really go for it. And you're starting to see that from this West staff and this West team.
And there is a difference, Joel, because sometimes if you're playing a doubleheader and you're an 0-16 baseball team, the only hunger you feel is a concession stand in between games.
That walking taco that you're trying to get from the concession.
There's a pass inbounds for Blanks. 3:15 to go in the half. 19-11 Muskies. There's Powell. Crossover on Long. Now she tries to back Zoe down. Gets to the block. She kicks it back to Blanks. It's going to be an over and back on West. And it'll be Muskie basketball. Nice turnout by the Muskie student section here. Tanner Niehaus trying to get him going.
Tanner always shows
but
up.
Tanner's got himself going. He's trying to get everybody else going. There's Rogers. Over to Long. Now Webking. She goes baseline. Tries to feed it in, but Garcia slips down. And we got a foul, and it's going to Emily Webking. Her first. And a third on the Muskies.
That's just a hustle foul. She's trying to get in there and get that loose ball. And Powell was able to just snatch it away before she could get there.
Kayla Schultz checks into the lineup for the Muskies, and Garcia checks out. There's Powell. Guarded by Long. Tries to feed it into Oostendrop, and she does on Webking. Shot up, no good. A rebound, Schultz, and a reach-in foul on Lauren Oostendrop. Her first, and the fourth on West.
And neither team really in danger of getting into the bonus here, so you can really play some hard defense.
2:20 to play in a half, 19-11 Muskies. There's Rogers. Baseline pass now to Moss and back to Long. Cross-court pass for Webking. Back to Long. Zoe kicks it over to Moss. Now it's back to Zoe Long as she recovers. Now to Rogers. She looks at a three, turns it down to Webking. She'll take it. Long three, short. Rebound. Macy Rogers. Now in the corner for Moss. Back to Rogers. Down the floor, Schultz lays it up. No, tap, no. Rebound, DeVore. And now it's cleared by West, and it's cleared by Blanks. Blanks in the front court, drives it on Moss. Shot up, no, and a foul on Riley Moss. That'll be her first and the fourth on the Muskies.
Good offensive possession there for Muscatine. Got a good look there for Kayla Schultz, just didn't go down. But Macy Rogers creating a couple second chance opportunities with offensive rebounds.
Hildebrandt will inbounds. Out front now for Tavi Griffin Blanks. She picks her dribble up, feeds DeVore in the post. She backs it on Schultz, throws up a shot. No, gets her own rebound. No on a foul on Schultz. And Joel, she's got some promise. At 6'3" as a freshman, she continues to grow and works at it. You know, her length is a problem. If she gets more skill set and really works at her game, she'd be quite the player as a senior.
Yeah, you can tell that she's got a good frame, you know, an athletic build. She's, you know, a big, tall girl. You said post player for being a freshman, but I would guess her wingspan's actually longer than 6'3". I mean, she's really a potential force down there.
Makes the first free throw, second one good, makes a pair. And it's 19-13, Muskies by 6.
And you got to think, 6'3", and she's probably 14, 15 years old.
Yes.
Like her body still has a long way to go.
There's Long, swings it to Rogers. Now back to Zoe. There's a 3 left wing. Short, no good. Ball tapped out of bounds. And it'll be West basketball.
The pace of play really is kind of fallen into what West is wanting to do.
Blanks
making
walks
a little
it up
bit of a
over
sloppy
half-court.
game.
Crowd filling in. Plenty of good seats, though, folks. Come on out. There's a drive to the rim by Powell. No good. Good defense by Long, and here come the Muskies. Zoe pushes Temple ahead for Rogers. Hesitation, dribble to the rim. No.
Shot
Rebound.
blocks,
Cleared by Powell. Good defense, post defense by West. Powell drives in on Moss, loses a dribble out of bounds. Turnover on West. Riley Moss is the kind of player you don't want to play against. She'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, she's just kind of a catalyst. She's
good to have on your side.
Brian Cardinal-like, like kind of that similar type of mentality on the floor, that great Purdue player.
Cardinal did some cheap shots.
Well, I'm not.
There's that's a great reference.
Nobody's perfect.
No, I know, I got you. Blanks brings it over.
I've
Coach
seen
Finn
you at noon ball.
shot.
I'm sure there's a couple elbows.
You haven't seen me at noon ball for
true.
about 6 years after the last knee surgery. And there's a pass inside for DeVore. DeVore stepped through, shot blocked by Garcia. And here come the Muskies. Muskies a chance to extend their lead. Rogers on the left wing. Back out for Zoe Long. Zoe Long shot up, no. And we played a half. It's the Muskies 19, Davenport West 13. We're going to step away for 2 minutes and recap the first half. You listen to Muskie Girls Basketball on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Guess what?
Hello, this is Jimmy Greenhoff from Toto Muscatine, and I would love the chance to earn your business.
We have a great selection of new and used cars. Now is the time.
If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, please come down, give us a shot. We'll help you out in any way we can.
Hi, my name is TJ Deere. I'm the general manager here at Toyota Muscatine. Our information's free, so give us an opportunity to earn your business.
Home is your most valuable asset. Protect it with a metal roof from Affordable Metal Manufacturing.
After a hailstorm, we had damage to our roof. We got a new steel roof from Affordable Metal. The service was excellent. The contractor put it on really fast, and my wife and I love that our new steel roof has added value to our home.
Call Affordable Metal Manufacturing in Muscatine at 563-264-8212 and ask about their standing seam roofing sale.
Need something fast? Come to Westside Store and grab a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza. They're made with the freshest ingredients, 100% real meats, cheeses, and fresh vegetables. The Muskies and Godfather's Pizza, a winning combination. Call 263-7214 now to order yours tonight, or stop by the Westside Store on the corner of Cedar and Hauser.
Hi, this is Brian Musell, voice of the Muscatine Muskies. Before each broadcast, I get a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza from Westside Store, proud supporter of Muscatine Muskie Athletics.
My hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise. Au revoir!
Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. great clips. It's going to be great.
Into town against the Muscatine Muskies. Game 2 coming up shortly after. They're here right now, folks. Come on out to Muscatine High School. Bid on the cakes. Help out the Booster Club. It's a great cause. We're at the half in Game 1. The Muscatine girls lead Davenport West 19-13. And West really with a competitive first half. They're led by Kylie DeVore, their fine 6'3" freshman. She has 6. The Muskies are led by Zoe Long with 3 threes, 9 points, and Alicia Garcia, the UNI commit, with 8 points in the first half. So the Muskies, I'm sure Coach Orvis isn't real thrilled with some things that went on, but it's tough to get consistency without a lot of practice time in the last 3 weeks. So at the half, it's 19-13, Muscatine over West. I'm joined here at the half by head Muskie boys basketball coach John Wyndham. And Coach Wyndham, thrilled to have you. It's the first time we've really had a chance to talk to you on the air all year. And you came into a situation here, Muscatine, great, proud community and school district and things like that. First of all, what do you think of our first cake auction? You impressed?
This is pretty impressive. I just sent a bunch of pictures to my daughters, and they're just like, wow.
It is amazing. And annually, and we'll talk about it later, I got Mike Morton coming out the halftime of your game, things like that. They've raised 25, 30 grand some nights just through these cake auctions. Unbelievable community support. But let's get to basketball. You came here in August. You got a stellar coaching background. You've been doing this a long time, and you knew when you came here and took this job that there was work to be done. You knew that when you took the job. Muscatine had a good run of success in 3 years, led, of course, by all-state, all-world local player Joe Wieskamp and what Joe's done. But I've called all your home games and watched you guys, and I've been very impressed with the growth of some of your kids, but the continued fight in your team. That's one thing. The fight and resolve has never wavered. And I know you got to be proud of the effort the guys have been giving you all year.
I mean, up till last game, I've been very pleased since Christmas. I told the kids it took us about half the season just to get to know each other. So there's been a lot of growth since Christmas. I mean, defensively has been our big strength. I mean, I was very proud against the Bettendorf game last week. We had DJ Cartron with only 11 points. He probably doesn't want to play us anymore because his 2 worst games of the year have been against us.
That's exactly right. And, Coach, and I commented that going into the North game, Chuck Van Heck and I did the game. Going into this, you had a string where the most anybody had scored on you in 6 games was 55 points. So you were getting to the point where you guys were being real competitive. And I know it's baby steps, but you want to be in games with 3 or 4 minutes to play. You've been offensively challenged, as you know, all year long. You're getting good production out of a fine sophomore, Noah Yan. And you're looking, you know, most teams love to have 3 scores. You're still trying to find the second one
sir.
And go from there. Talk about the potential. I think you got a really potentially good player in sophomore Josh Diekman. I think he's got a real high skill set. What does Josh need to do to take himself from a potentially good sophomore to a good varsity basketball player?
He and I have had a lot of long talks about being more aggressive on both ends of the floor and running the floor. I mean, there's one day in our shortened practices, I just had him run the floor. And I said, how many steps does it take you to get from one end to the other? It's 8. There you go. 8 steps gets you from one end to the other instead of the 24 sometimes he takes.
Fantastic. And I think that, you know, I want to mention, too, Jake Thomas, you stuck him into the starting lineup a few weeks back, 6'4" junior. And what he lacks in skill set, he makes up for in heart and effort. And I've been very impressed with how hard he plays and how much he competes. And he obviously looks to me as to be a tremendously coachable young man.
He's been a very big surprise. The last 2 games have been his best 2 games of the year. And he's one of the guys who's starting to become more physical, which is what we need to do. I mean, yes, his skill set will be worked on, and it gives us time between now and next year. I mean, we've got a plan in place that we're going to all talk to the kids once the season's over with.
Noah Yan, sophomore, got a really good taste at the sophomore level last year as a freshman, and really played well and dominated at times at that level as a freshman. This year, he steps up. It's not easy for a sophomore to be the leader of a team. He's such a quiet kid, but he's got a high skill set. He loves the game of basketball, and I've seen major growth out of him from the beginning of the year until now, playing with a tremendous amount of confidence. And I thought the game against Bettendorf last Friday was the best I'd ever seen him play. Certainly at the varsity level, I really think he's making a lot of strides as a varsity player.
He's starting to understand. I mean, I think last year a lot of his points probably came just off his ability, but now he's realizing teams are zoning in on him. We spent a lot of time telling him what he needs to do on a catch, and how to attack. Because once again, he's attracting the best defensive players from every team now. And he's still getting his points.
I want to mention too, okay, you're here at Muscatine, going through a rough year. You've seen what you have at the varsity and high school level. I know you've been highly involved. You have your sophomores practice with you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then your freshman level. Have you had a chance to really survey the ground from the third and fourth grade, the youth programs on up through the middle schools?
The plan is, I've been talking to the middle school coaches. I'm asking them for the top 8 players, and hopefully we'll have time this spring to invite the kids to come up, where me and a couple of the seniors want to help work the kids getting better too. So that's the plan for them. I did watch most of the teams, and they had the next level tournament here about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I got to watch the 5th grade group is very good. I didn't get a chance to watch the 7th graders, but the 8th grader has some potential. So there is a plan in place.
Excellent. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about longtime assistant who's been here for several years and a man who knows basketball inside and out. He's a great guy, and I'm sure you're thrilled that he stuck around with you and the kids love him, is Coach Joel Witchers.
Yeah, Coach, what's nice is he knows everybody in the league. He knows the tendencies. He can even give me scouting reports on the good officials, bad officials. But what he does do is, we're being like a good tag team. I'll be watching one part, and he'll be watching the little, and he picks up on the little things. So right now, it's been like a good team between the two of us. He's been a big pleasant asset.
Davenport West coming in tonight. You lost to him by 18 earlier in the year, but that was a game you guys were in late in the third quarter and kind of had a rough patch in the fourth. What do you look for out of them tonight?
They're going to be doing a lot of their offense is their defense. They will come out, they're going to pressure and put pressure on us. We've been working on that quite often since after Christmas also. We've gotten better at it. We still need to continue. We spent time after school today preparing what they will do. I mean, when we don't have much time to practice, you find whatever window of opportunity to get in the gym and just go over some things you need to do.
One practice all week. You got West tonight. You go to Burlington tomorrow and Clinton on Monday night here at home. Really doesn't give you a chance to make a lot of adjustments when you're just playing basketball games. But kids ready to go tonight?
Yeah, I think they were. We've been talking about preparation for the game come out in the first quarter right from the get-go.
Terrific. John Wyndham, everybody, head basketball coach here at Muscatine High School. If you can hear us, stop on out. We got plenty of great seats available. Go bid on a cake, go look at a cake. Enjoy the night of basketball here. We're at the half. The girls lead West 19-13. Coach Wyndham, thrilled to have you on tonight at halftime.
Thank you.
And best of luck tonight and the rest of the year.
Appreciate it.
John Wyndham, everybody, the head basketball coach at Muscatine High School. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back with more halftime action on the Pete's Tap Halftime Show. You're listening to Muskie Girls Basketball on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Classes start soon. Learn more at eicc.edu.
Uptown Motors reminds you it's time to winterize your vehicle, and Uptown Service is here to help. We'll inspect your vehicle's tires, belts, hoses, and more for the weather ahead and recommend any work to be done, including engine tune-ups. With winter driving comes an increased risk of collision. Uptown Motors has you covered with our new body shop. We make a stressful experience less painful with free estimates, loaner cars, and expert body repair backed by 50 years experience. We welcome insurance work and may be able to help with your deductible. Uptown Motors Service and Body Shop, Muscatine, just in time for winter and just in case.
LaRue,
co-owner of Quality Transports, inviting you to see our 21-passenger bus or our 12-passenger limo. We can take your group to a ball game, the casino, shopping, wedding receptions, or out for a fun day on the town with family and friends. Schedule now. Weddings or family events, traveling together is more fun. Quality Transports has you covered, safely and on time. Reach us at 563-770-0156. Thank you.
How well do your children see? You know the difference between an eye screening and a complete eye exam by an optometrist may be the difference between a child prepared to learn and a child with a vision-related problem. The Vision Center optometrists examine children that are unable to read an eye chart. Remember, routine eye exams are most important, knowing that 1 out of 4 kids have a visual disorder. Come to the Vision Center PC, only the finest care.
Vision Center PC is a proud supporter of the Muskies.
Muscatine High School. Brian Musell, Joel Crossauer